So aside from gold and bonds and some pullbacks in the broader markets, probably the most popular question is it time to buy crude? And I think so, yes. So just like I was looking for gold to enter a zone, it just happened to gap through the zone, invalidating the setup. That could happen here too. But crude oil is in the zone. So this is not that dissimilar to other choppy market setups that we've discussed here. That being said, the zone is between, and you can take a look right here in the notes. This is where the zone is. This is where you can buy the underlying crude oil full size, mini, micro, or the ETF. So how would I set up the ETF? And this is a question that probably relates a little bit more to what I do in the Sector Secrets Mastery. But since these two markets have, two ways to express the idea, choose your own adventure, as I like to say, notice that the whole analysis is rooted in the futures market, but we're going to execute the idea in either this full-size CL, mini QM, micro, or USO. So the question then becomes, okay, Rag, how would I buy the ETF alternative? Give yourself time. I like to be 45 days or greater. So I'm going to look to buy USO, and I'm going to go out to the 15th. The next question is, well, what strike? When CL is in the zone, then, and only then, am I interested at all in what's happening in USO. I think you could be at 46 or 45. And, what gets a little problematic about 46 and 45, both on the September 17 and the October 15, is that they're so darn illiquid. There's very little activity in terms of open interest. But when you see thinly traded ETFs like that, you'll find that if there's going to be an increase in open interest, it's usually going to be at the zeros or fives. So 10, 20, 30, or 5, 10, 15, like that. So if I see illiquidity and I'm having to toss up between 45 and 46, I'll go with 45. It's slightly in the money. I'd rather be slightly in the money versus out of the money. I'd prefer to be at as often as I can be, though. Okay? So the triggers for crude, the underlying CL, are where I want to be a buyer for the USO call. And that's how I do it. It doesn't need to be complicated. Look at the process, and it does not at all need to be complicated. So while many of the grocery store commodities are no longer on my radar, energy has been really, really good. We'll talk about the energy market that I really like, far better than crude for buys a little bit later. But this is what I'd be looking at for crude. Okay, and I'd be remiss if I didn't at least touch for a moment on gold, because it's not that dissimilar. If for whatever reason we wake up to a gap through that zone, right? The market gaps through our zone area, trades through it. So at 9:30, when I'm looking at USO, we're way below even the conservative. No trade. Got to wait for an inside day. So that actually applies to gold here. A lot of folks are asking, all right, Rag, was this the buy day? It actually wasn't. Tomorrow, Tuesday, I need an inside day or some kind of narrow ranging pause candle. And then that means the first day that I will be possibly able to buy gold will be on Wednesday, because I need Tuesday's candle to settle. Then Wednesday could give me a trigger. So choppy markets are completely different animals. I cannot emphasize that enough. Please don't prioritize a bunch of choppy markets, but kind of back to the original conversation, crude does look pretty darn good in terms of being able to control risk so close to the point of validity and in the lower quarter of the range. This is a good zone to look at crude. Hey traders, Raghee from Simpler Trading. Thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like and a comment below. And remember, subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll get notified of the next update. And when you're ready to join me for live trading, be sure to head on over to simplertrading.com. I'll see you in the next update.